Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about DC Future State revealing the new Batman as Tim Fox and why it's a hot mess. Yeah, I'm not even kidding when I'm like, no, why do we need this black Batman crap? It's stupid, it's pointless, it's a waste of time. Plus, not only is it a waste of time to make Batman black for no goddamn reason, it's such a pandering move when we know they don't care about trying to be inclusive. Like people over here trying to cheer about it and be like, "Oh yeah, we finally got a black Batman." Why? Why would you want a black Batman? You know, he's all he's going to be known is as the black Batman. There's nothing exciting about that. Plus, not even that. Character development is really important. This is why I have a problem with Yara Floyd. You can't just bring in brand new characters that hasn't even been really introduced or done anything much and just give them the headline title of a traditionally white character that's been established. You just don't do that. You have to build on these characters. You know what I mean? And having Tim Fox, yes, he's been in the comic book since 1979, I believe. I can't remember what issue it was, but we know that, Lucius Fox have Tim, um, Luke, and he also has Tiffany, his three children. But the problem with Tim is he's barely been in Batman comic books enough for this to be the reveal, and it feels like DC only did that because they knew we were talking about Luke Fox. Because if you're going to do a black Batman, there's only two choices: Luke Fox and Duke Thomas. And since you didn't really do anything with those two, you do Tim Fox. But for what reason? What does he bring to the table? Why would he choose to be Batman when he was upset that his dad was working for Bruce? You know what I'm saying? So if anything, I would have wanted Tim Fox to be introduced as like a foil to his brother, you know, and a foil to the Bat family and to Lucius. You have this whole dynamic where he's not the son that Lucius want. Luke and Tiffany are the kids that, Lucius and his wife loves, and Tim decides does his own thing. You could have completely turned him into like a villain or anti-hero that could have, been interfering with Lucius, Bruce, and Batwing. Like, you definitely could have did like a whole Batwing story arc in Detective comic books, or even in the Batman run where it's Batwing story and stuff like that. But it's in the title of Batman to expand that character's role. But to just give him the main headline title and say in the future he'll be that Batman, but with no build up, just doesn't work. It really doesn't work at all. It comes off as lazy and cheap. Why did you bring this character in like that? You don't even know if the fans even like this character, and yet you're giving him a predominant role. That's my problem when they do these kind of things. They'll bring in these new characters and give them predominant roles of the white counterpart characters because you want to have a black version of your Batman, your Superman, your Wonder Woman. Why? We don't need that. I don't need to be pandered to. It is a waste of time, to be honest. There could have been so much you could have did with that character, but instead you give him, let's make him Batman and let's reintroduce him in the Batman run, so that way people won't be like, oh, he came out of nowhere. No, he's been there, we just haven't really done anything with him. And see, that's my problem. They have these black characters in the world of DC comic books and even in the world of Batman that they do nothing with, and then claim there's no diversity. And really, the reason why they did Tim Fox as Batman, so if they ever do a live action depiction of Batman, they can make him black and be like, well, we did have DC Future State where Tim Fox was Batman, so it justifies them from criticism when people be like, why is Batman black? They can go back to the comic books. They're only doing this just so they can have a fallback excuse on why they didn't really put no time and effort into making the character original. Because let's be honest, with that new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, why did you feel the need to make Batman, not Batman, but why did you feel the need to make Jim Gordon and Selena Kyle black? For reasons, so they can be like, oh, because we need diversity, because there's not enough diversity in the world of Batman or whatever. But there are black characters in the world of Batman. Once again, you just choose not to use them. You could have used Duke Thomas, you could have used Lucius, you could have used the Fox family in general. you know why did you need to make a prominent character that's white, black, or whatever? I just don't understand that. That's my thing that bothers me the most, is instead of actually putting some time and effort into those characters, you think that you'll make a quick buck or a quick turnaround by lazily race swapping the character, or all of a sudden a diverse character take the role of the main white character just because. That's kind of a waste of time and pointless. And from what I'm reading so far from Tim, why would I believe that he have that much, sense to want to be Batman when he barely likes his family, barely likes Gotham City, and had been at odds with Batman one time or another? So it's really unbelievable that I'm supposed to believe that he changed his mind and became Batman, unless something happened later on with the whole Batwing thing, where he discovers that his brother is Batwing, and his um family knew about the whole Batman thing with Bruce Wayne or whatever. Which is another thing too, that's also a problem too, is that James Tinian gave Batman's money to a black family. I don't know, that kind of sounds weird, because it's just like, that money is family earned money that Bruce and his family over years did earn. And Lucius makes a lot of money from being the CEO of, you know, Wayne Enterprises. So it's kind of weird that they didn't give back his money because of the whole thing with the Joker. But what realistically, it's just like, I don't even know how realistically he was even able to spend Bruce Wayne's money and fortune, because it is the Joker. I don't know. It's just so much logistics that's going on in there that it just doesn't look right for this black family to have the Prince of Gotham's money all to themselves, because even though they gave it to him, that money still shouldn't be touched. That's not their money, or their right to touch that money or use that money, you know. But that's just my opinion. It just comes off really weird, to be honest. And I just don't know if I agree with what they're doing. I just feel like it was such an unneeded thing to add, that onto the whole Fox family. Just comes off a little weird. And then to make Lucius Fox Batman, for what reason? I mean, Tim Fox, to make him Batman, for what reason? Just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess so. It's two issues. That's great and all. But to be honest, after this, don't revisit the idea. Leave the idea alone. Don't bring it back up ever again, because we don't need that kind of stuff. We don't need black versions of superheroes like that. Um, the only black superhero version that I want to see is Nubia, because of the fact that they have a backstory for her, and I've been waiting for them to do something with her. I'm not saying that she takes over as Wonder Woman, but she is Diana's twin sister, and I would love to see more from her, if that's the thing, because the Amazons are of all different kind of races or whatever, so it makes sense to have her or whatever. But this right here with Tim Fox being Batman just comes off as pandering, to be honest. And I'm really not into the pandering thing, because I already know at the end of the day they don't care. They're only doing it just to try to get black people to buy the book, which again, a lot of black people say that's great and all, whatever, but they're not going to go and buy the book. I already know how that is. It is what it is, but we'll see. We'll see how everything turns out. I just find it very lazy that Tim Fox's Batman or a black person just being Batman just because it just don't feel like a good story reason. Now you can tell me like, oh hey, Batman got injured, Nightwing and the Bat family are out on missions or something like that, and they couldn't get to Gotham City in time, or whatever, and Tim Fox was the only person left. He knew about Bruce's secret identity. Bruce couldn't, leave Gotham defenseless. So Tim puts on a costume for a couple of weeks and be the next Batman just until Bruce, heals or something like that. Now, if you did some kind of storyline like that, okay, cool. But just to be doing this just for the hell of it just doesn't feel earned or right, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Are you guys excited about the new Black Batman or anything from DC Future State? Or are you just like me, over it, know it's pandering, and could care less? But yeah, tell me what you guys think below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.